Hey everyone, let's talk about picking up books because of other fictional work. Because I recently read If You Meet the Buddha on the Road, Kill Him. And this I saw on Fringe, the TV show. And I just got curious and I thought I could just buy it and read it. So that's what I did. And this is not the first time that I've done that. And this is not the only show that has recommendations or books at the center of some part of the story event. First thing that comes to mind is definitely Gilmore Girls, where there's a long reading list online that you can follow and pick up all the books that Rory has read. Another book that comes to mind is The Perks of Being a Wallflower, because in this book there's also a reading list that gets suggested to the main character by one of the teachers. Classics are also books that we probably encounter a lot through fiction, and maybe even first through fiction. Like for example, Pride and Prejudice in You've Got Mail. If you're not familiar with literature, this might be your first connection with the book and might get you curious. There are other classics that are mentioned throughout the works of fiction. For me, a classic that I definitely picked up because of another book was Inferno by Dante, because it kept being mentioned or is part of the center of the story of the Gargoyle. And you all know how much I love the book. So for me, it is an interesting thing to see how often books are recommended or talked about in other works of fiction. And throughout these books that we read about the books, we get familiar with the names and maybe even part of the plot of the books that they are talking about, and that gets us curious to picking them up. And I would like to know what fictional work has made you pick up another fictional work. Did that make sense? I'm talking funny today. Let's talk in comments about fiction recommending fiction. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.